Like all great epics, Ramayan begins with a murder. A young prince Dashrath went hunting on the banks of river Sarayu. He was good, like really good. Legend is that he was so good that he could wear a blindfold and still hit the enemy by just hearing the sound. So, while he was on the river banks, he heard sounds of an animal drinking water. A deer, he thought. He instantly shot an arrow without even looking. As all Indians should know by now, shooting a deer is a bad idea. Only, it wasn't a deer, but a young boy fetching water for his blind parents. We all know him as Shravan Kumar, the ideal son. Dashrath was aghast. He apologized immediately. The dying Shravan Kumar forgave him and spoke his last wish. Take water to my blind parents, who will be waiting for me. He died. Now Dashrath approached his parents to deliver the sad news. They were grief-stricken and cursed him that just like them, he will also experience the pain of losing a son. This pain would eventually be too much for Dashrath's heart. King Dashrath was believed to be an incarnation of Manu, the first man, the first human created by Lord Brahma. His birth name was actually Nebi, but he was called Dashrath because his chariot was said to move in 10 directions. He ruled from Ayodhya and was a mighty king. He won many battles, annexed kingdoms, brought prosperity. But there was just one thing which evaded him. Dashrath couldn't get a son. Now, it wasn't like he wasn't trying. He had 3 wives, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. Ayodhya Khand of Ramayan even mentions that Dashrath had as many as 350 wives. But that narrative isn't as popular. Anyway, 350 or 3. The truth is that Dashrath couldn't have a son. Now, as kings of mighty kingdoms go, the only thing they are worried about, apart from winning wars and leaving a legacy, is having a son, someone to carry on the bloodline and heir to the throne. And the curse of Shravan Kumar's parents weighed heavily on his mind. So then how did he not only get over it, but actually had 4 sons? So texts differ on this aspect, but it is believed that Dashrath had a daughter before his sons were conceived. She was called Shanta. Dashrath saw her as his failure, a constant reminder of the curse. That is when he was approached by King Rompad, whose kingdom was ravaged by a terrible drought. In his kingdom was a hermit, Rishishringa, who had scared Lord Indra, because of which there was the drought. It was also believed that if Rishishringa performed a yagna in Ayodhya, Dashrath could be blessed with sons. Different problems, mutual goals, they joined hands. According to some accounts, it is believed that Dashrath gave his daughter Shanta or Rompad to adopt. Shanta was a courageous girl, and Rompad wanted to distract Rishishringa. According to some accounts, she was never born to Dashrath but was born to Rompad himself. Anyway, suddenly, Shanta became the solution of the drought problem as well as Dashrath's no son problem. But who exactly was Rishishringa? There was a revered rishi called Vibhandak. He practiced the art of control to the extremes. But then, he laid his eyes upon Urvashi, who is believed to be the most beautiful Apsara. Rishi Vibhandak lost control. He, to speak politely, threw his seed into a river. That is exactly when a doe, a female deer, was drinking water from the river, and accidentally, she drank his seed as well. It was so potent that the deer became pregnant, and thus was born Rishishringa. It's a common theme across our epics that sages saw apsaras, they got excited, their seeds threw out, landed somewhere, and from it children were born. If you are seeing my Mahabharat with Divyan series on Instagram, you would know exactly who I'm talking about. Anyway, he was so ashamed with himself that he raised Rishishringa to be celibate. His son was kept in a hut and not allowed to leave. He literally had no interaction with females, so much so that he didn't even know that their kind exists. His father drew a line around his hut, and if any female were to cross it, she would burn instantly. Anyway, Lord Indra couldn't allow Rishishringa to become mighty. He usually sent Apsaras to distract such sages, but this time, even the Apsaras refused, lest they be burnt. Indradev got angry, and he brought drought upon Romdev's kingdom, where this hut was. He thus blackmailed the king into finding a solution. That is exactly where Shanta comes into the picture. So Shanta was courageous. She did what even the Apsaras refused to do. Used her brains. She went close to the hut when Vibhandak wasn't around and started singing beautiful hymns. Rishishringa was surprised and that is the first time he laid eyes upon a girl. Shanta basically flirted with him for a bit, but Rishyashringa was sucked. He didn't budge. He told his father about her later, who warned that she was a monster from the woods who came to take him away. He stayed, but the heart wants what it wants. The next time his father went away, he ran away with Shanta. Indradev got happy and rains battered the drought-stricken lands. King Rompad requested him to help King Dashrath, and he obliged by performing a grand Ashwamedh Yagna. The gods blessed, and from the fire emerged a potion. Dashrath gave half of the potion to Kaushalya and half to Kaikeyi. But since they felt bad about leaving Sumitra out, they each gave their halves to her. So, Kaushalya gave birth to Lord Ram, Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharat, and Sumitra gave birth to twins Lakshman and Shatrughan. This is the curious tale of how our heroes were born. Hi, this is Divyansh and I'm a student of Indian epics. I noticed that many young people like me want to read the Ramayana and Mahabharata but do not have time. So I decided to narrate the epics in easy, simple, bite-sized form. If you want to embark with me on this journey to explore Ramayana from start to end, serially, while also touching upon the side characters and backstories and crossovers, do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. If you want to spread the word, do share these tales with your friends. I'm sure there are going to be many more like us. I also run the popular Instagram page Mahabharat with Divyansh, which as of the moment I am reciting this video has already crossed over 150,000 followers in just 15 days. Mahabharat with Divyansh is on Instagram, Ramayan with Divyansh is on YouTube, and Fiction with Divyansh is the Instagram page for my horror stories, which has almost 400,000 followers. If you like my storytelling, you can join me wherever you want, but it would be awesome if you could do it on all. Different content, same guy, bad jokes, but no bad ideas. Anyway, see you around.